Alex, do you ever feel like your life lately is just like an old phone?
What do you mean?
Normally, it loads slowly, but whenever you're in a hurry, it automatically freezes.
Then mine must be an antique. Every morning I wake up, it takes me a good 10 minutes just to boot up the operating system.
Stayed up late again last night, didn't you?
Not at all. I actually woke up pretty early today.
That's good, but why do you still look so sluggish?
The problem is, my mind decided to wake up early, but my body didn't agree with that decision.
Haha, there you go again.
The alarm goes off at 6. My mind says, time to wake up, today is going to be a highly productive day. But my body replies, sorry, this device does not currently support the aforementioned feature.
At least you can hear the alarm. I have a much better superpower.
What kind of superpower?
Sleeping through any kind of noise in the world.
Seriously?
The other day, my mom said someone down the street turned on a portable speaker and sang karaoke at the crack of dawn.
Did you wake up from that?
No, I slept so soundly that in the morning I even asked her, "Oh, did we just get a fancy new air purifier? It runs so quietly."
Turns out your brain automatically translated that loud karaoke noise into a cool breeze.
Exactly. My brain has an excellent self-defense mode.
But lately I've developed another strange condition, and I don't know if my brain can protect me from it in time.
What condition? Let's hear it.
An addiction to opening the fridge. Every now and then, I just go and open it.
Because you're hungry?
No,
Craving a soda?
not that either.
Then why do you open it?
I don't even know.
Haha, you just open it whenever your hands are free or you're bored, right?
Yeah, I open it, stare inside for a bit, and then close it. It's like I'm waiting for a miracle to happen inside.
Like a cake suddenly appearing out of nowhere?
Or a stack of cash dropping straight into the ice tray.
If fridges could generate cash, I would probably freeze myself in there all day.
Honestly, I think a lot of people have this habit of testing their luck like this.
But the result is always the same.
The eggs are still just sitting there,
The vegetables are just as withered as before.
and the disappointment remains intact.
Speaking of disappointment, the same thing happened to me at the supermarket yesterday.
Did you buy a lot of things?
When I went, I told myself to buy exactly 1 bottle of water.
That sounds simple enough.
But when I walked in, I accidentally passed by the pastry section,
Your footsteps started slowing down, didn't they?
and then I ran into the snack section with a buy 2, get 1 free sale.
And that's it. Your defenses completely collapsed.
By the time I reached the checkout counter, I was dragging a full basket and my wallet was practically screaming.
So where was that initial bottle of water?
I forgot to buy it.
Haha, the classic adulthood scenario,
Going to buy one thing,
but carrying home 10 other things.
and absolutely none of them is the thing you actually need.
Spot on.
Every time I finish paying, I promise myself to be more rational next time.
And next time, you buy twice as much.
You don't have to spell out the brutal truth like that. So, how have you been lately?
I've started a journey to improve my health, exercising.
Oh, really? How long has it been?
Today is day 2.
Impressive.
Don't use that skeptical tone. 2 days is already a massive effort for me.
I'll give you that. The first day must have been full of enthusiasm, right?
The first day was very enthusiastic, but by the second day, just sitting down on a chair required an extraordinary amount of willpower.
Ha ha! Your muscles started sending ultimatums of protest, didn't they?
They are protesting in mass. The message is very clear. We were born to rest, not to be tortured like this.
I truly feel sorry for your muscles.
I feel more sorry for myself, actually.
But at least you dared to take action.
That's true. But I discovered a truth. Those motivational videos online always hide the initial pain. If they told the truth, gyms would probably go bankrupt.
Come to think of it, why does life get more challenging the older we get?
When we were kids, we just wanted to grow up fast to be completely free.
Now that we're grown up, we only wish for a round-trip ticket back to childhood.
As kids, we thought adults had so much money and could buy whatever they wanted.
Now that we're grown up, there's no money in sight, only bills.
Haha, exactly. Now, every time I want to buy something, I have to open my banking app to check the balance first.
And after looking at the balance,
My desire to shop instantly vanishes, no advice needed.
that is called the most effective self-healing therapy of the digital age.
Spot on. So, do you have any plans for today?
Just going home, scrolling on my phone, and resting. What about you?
Today I am determined to clean up my room.
Clean it for real or just clean it in your mind?
Why do you always have to expose the truth like that?
Because I know you too well.
Well, I'll spend about 2 hours psyching myself up.
And how long will you actually clean for?
15 minutes.
Still the classic Alex style of cleaning.
The important part is the mental preparation experience. We can worry about the results later.
But thinking about it, relaxing weekends like this are quite nice.
Yeah, no drama, no deadlines calling.
Just a cup of coffee and some random banter.
And the two of us trying to figure out how to adapt to life.
Even if we still mess things up from time to time.
But as long as we can still laugh together like this, it's good.
Agreed. Anyway, drink your coffee before it gets cold.
Yeah, drink up before you tell another story that makes me choke with laughter.
I can't promise you that.
Speaking of this past week,
Don't tell me you just went through another crisis.
not just one, but a whole series of crises.
Related to studying again, right?
How did you guess so accurately?
Because I'm too familiar with the signature Alex procrastination schedule.
All right, I admit it. This time, everything followed the exact routine.
Tell me how the routine went this week.
I had an essay due on Friday. On Monday, I told myself, plenty of time left, no need to worry.
Reasonable, a very confident start.
On Tuesday, I decided to rest to build up some mental energy.
I'm starting to sense danger here.
On Wednesday, I spent the whole evening researching how to write the essay in the most scientific way possible.
Meaning you still hadn't written a single word, right?
Exactly. By Thursday, I realized I was procrastinating, so I went online to watch videos on how to overcome procrastination.
And you watched the whole video instead of doing the essay?
Yeah, the video was great. I absorbed it well, but I still hadn't touched the essay.
And then Friday came?
I reached the ultimate level of enlightenment. That is writing at the speed of light in utter panic.
Haha, that truly is your unchanging cycle. But what's weird is that every single time, you believe next time will be different.
Human optimism is limitless, you know.
I studied a lot this week too, and I discovered an extremely mysterious psychological phenomenon.
What phenomenon?
In class, listening to the teacher's lecture, everything seems strangely easy to understand. I was nodding along like a bobblehead.
And then what about when you got home and opened the book?
Looking at the formulas was like looking at ancient alien symbols. Even the periods and commas felt completely foreign.
That's normal. Sometimes I read a page of a document 5 times, and after finishing, I still can't remember what I just read.
Huh, why is that?
Because, by the second reading, my mind has automatically switched channels to thinking about what to eat tonight. As a result, I have to go eat first before I can come back to study.
Your brain really knows how to compromise with your stomach, huh?
It's a top-tier negotiator. But I've noticed you also have a very elaborate prep routine before studying lately.
Ah, cleaning the desk, right?
Spot on. Wiping down the desk and chair, organizing pens by color, adjusting the lamp's brightness, and then picking a chill instrumental playlist.
And after an hour and a half of doing all that?
You still haven't studied a single word.
No way. That's called optimizing the creative space.
Sounds fancy, but the homework is still just sitting in the corner. Once, I was even determined to pull an all-nighter to study.
And how effective was it?
9 p.m., full of determination. 11 p.m., just a bit of eye strain. 12 a.m., taking a solid 3 minutes just to read one line because it slips my mind immediately.
And at AM?
My laptop screen and I were just staring blankly at each other. Neither of us understood the other. A dead-end moment for intellect.
And in the end?
I went to sleep. Waking up early the next morning to study turned out to be 3 times faster.
Take this as a valuable lesson. Don't stay up late next time.
But I bet next time I'll still stay up. We humans rarely learn from our own history, after all.
By the way, you had a short quiz this week, right? Did it go well?
Before the quiz, I was so confident, feeling like I had the knowledge in the palm of my hand.
Hearing that, I already sense a bad omen.
Exactly. The first question popped up. I had never seen this type before. The second question, completely unfamiliar.
What about the third question? Surely there was at least one question to save your grade.
The third question I did with absolute certainty. I wrote my name beautifully and clearly in capital letters in the corner of the exam sheet.
Haha! Truly the only part you couldn't get wrong. How did the class react after that?
Right after submitting, everyone scrambled to ask each other, "Did you do okay?" Finding out everyone else was struggling too suddenly made me feel so much better.
It's strange. Why do we find comfort in seeing others do poorly just like us?
They call it team spirit. Sharing the hardship cuts the pain in half.
That definition sounds so wrong, but I admit it really does soothe the mind.
Did your group get together to study this week?
Yes, and that was another highly entertaining experience. The original plan was a very serious study group session.
For the first 10 minutes, you actually studied, right?
Yeah, the first 10 minutes were very lively. The next 20 minutes switched to catching up on online drama.
And 30 minutes later was storytelling about the good old days?
Exactly. By the second hour, the whole group was busy picking a hot pot place for dinner. When we left, no one even remembered what subject we had met up to study.
Study groups are actually just cultural and culinary gatherings. There's no studying at this point.
But it was fun. Even if we didn't learn much, we made plenty of memories.
Yeah, sometimes those fun moments help us relieve some pressure. But having said that, I learned a hard lesson this week.
What lesson?
Never let assignments pile up. Doing a little bit every day makes things so much easier.
Everyone knows that truth, but from theory to practice is a vast distance.
True, we always want to be good instantly, but are afraid of the long-term process of practicing.
Anyway, the two of us survived the pile of homework and tests this week. That's a proud achievement in itself, isn't it?
Exactly. The late nights and temporary panics end here.
At least until next week.
Oh, please, don't mention next week yet. Let me enjoy these few hours of complete peace.
All right, no discussing grades or talking about deadlines today.
Just drinking coffee, making small talk, and pretending the world is completely at peace.
This is the ultimate survival skill for us students.
Let's raise our coffee cups. Cheers to surviving a challenging week.
Hopefully, next week will be a little easier.
Even though we both know that is highly unlikely to happen.
Haha, glad you know that.
Hey, Emna,
What?
do you ever suddenly think about super absurd questions that end up on your mind all day?
Yes, I do that from time to time.
Like what kind of question?
For example, why are cookies called bánh quy in Vietnamese? Does it have anything to do with turtles or rules?
Cookies have to do with turtles?
Don't look at me with that judgmental look.
I'm trying to figure out what deep philosophy that question might lead to.
It doesn't lead anywhere. It's just a fleeting thought.
Ah, I see. Very much in the spirit of a random conversation.
What about you? Any questions lately?
There's one question I've been thinking about. If cats suddenly ruled the world one day, what would happen?
First of all work and study schedules in the world would definitely be canceled immediately.
That sounds reasonable.
Second, the Constitution would state that every citizen must spend at least 3 hours a day petting and serving them.
What if they don't do it?
There wouldn't even be a chance to say what if,
Sounds like a feudal dictatorship.
but a very adorable dictatorship.
I think cats would rename Monday to National Sleeping Day.
What about the other days of the week?
Those would be advanced sleeping days.
Haha, sounds convincing. The world back then would probably be filled with peaceful purrs and snores.
What about dogs? What would they do under the reign of cats?
Dogs would throw parties all night long. The world would be filled with happy barking and unconditional love.
Sounds like an ideal society. At least there'd be less drama than the human world.
Don't be so sure. The other day I saw two cats at the corner of the street having a heated argument over a torn cardboard box.
Oh, speaking of cardboard boxes, that is strange.
Why?
Why do we spend so much money on fancy toys for cats? But in the end, the only thing they want to play with is a free cardboard box.
Because cats are very practical. They look at expensive toys and think, my human spent money on useless things again. I'll just play with this box to be safe.
Turns out, they are secretly judging our financial management skills, and they are highly disappointed.
Ha ha, you really can't underestimate them.
I have another, slightly more serious question.
Go ahead.
If you could go back and talk to yourself from 10 years ago for exactly 1 minute, what would you say?
I would tell myself, buy these things immediately.
No cheating with financial tips or buying stocks. The rules don't allow it.
That's tough. If I answer seriously then, I would tell myself not to worry too much about the future, because most of the terrible things we fear don't actually happen.
That's very nice and meaningful.
What about you? What would you say to Alex from 10 years ago?
I would say, stop staying up until 2 a.m. watching random videos online.
An extremely practical piece of health advice.
Yeah, I'd advise him just so the kid knows what to expect, because 10 years later he'll still be doing the exact same thing.
Haha, I knew it. At least you tried to warn your future self.
But I bet my younger self would ignore that advice anyway, just like how I ignore my alarm clock now.
The truth is sometimes harsh.
I wonder about one more thing. What if all smartphones in the world suddenly disappeared?
That sounds terrifying. The first thing I'd do is definitely look for my phone.
But I just said they disappeared?
Well, I'd still look for it out of instinct. Who knows? Maybe it's under the bed.
Fair enough, the unconditioned reflex of modern humans.
What about you? What would you do first?
I would panic because I'd realize I don't remember anyone's phone number. In the past, the older generation could memorize dozens of numbers easily.
Now, the only number I know by heart is my home Wi-Fi password.
I don't even remember that. I just leave it on auto-connect.
Then how do you survive when the internet goes down?
With faith and hope, obviously.
Haha, modern technology has definitely made us lazier, especially our ability to memorize and navigate.
That's so true. In the past, wherever you went, you had to remember the streets and landmarks. Now we completely rely on digital maps. If the connection drops in the middle of the road, we'd probably just stand there and pray.
A risky survival strategy, but a very common one today.
Do you feel like we're living in the future that people in the past dreamed of?
That's partly true, but it seems reality is a bit different from what they imagined.
Very different. In the past, they drew up visions of 2024 with flying cars filling the sky and robots doing everything. In reality, we use pocket-sized supercomputers to lie down and watch people dance on social media.
But you have to admit, it is highly entertaining.
Entertaining, yes, but our attention span has completely vanished as well. Sometimes I pick up my phone just to check the time, and 10 minutes later, after scrolling through all sorts of videos, I still don't know what time it is.
I get that a lot too, just getting pulled from one video to another post, completely forgetting the original purpose. It's truly an adventure with no exit.
What do you think is the strangest habit of people in this era?
It's talking to inanimate objects.
I completely agree with that.
If the computer loads slowly, we start muttering complaints. If the Wi-Fi is weak, we beg the router. If the TV remote runs out of battery, we smack it against the armrest, knowing it won't do anything.
But we still do it because deep down, we hope a miracle will happen. Humans live on hope, and coffee too.
True. Never forget our savior, coffee.
I have a theory. If coffee could talk, it would probably be so tired of us.
Because it gets forced to work at high capacity every day?
Yeah, it would look at us with a weary expression and say, "Please get enough sleep, stop making me carry and solve all your life pressures."
Haha, poor coffee. It really is the unsung hero carrying the productivity of society.
All right, last question for you. If you could have a completely useless superpower, what would you choose?
That's easy. I want to know exactly how many pastries are left in the fridge without having to get up and open the door to look.
That is indeed an extremely lazy and useless superpower.
But it's incredibly practical for me. What about you?
I want to know down to the millisecond when instant noodles reach the perfect state of doneness, not too chewy and not too soggy.
Wait, that power isn't useless. It's a cosmic level superpower. No more worrying about eating soggy instant noodles.
Right? A giant leap for humanity's late-night study sessions.
We should set up a serious research project on this topic.
I completely support that, all for the advancement of science and cuisine.
Actually, it's just about the food, isn't it?
Haha, you always go straight to the heart of the matter. But honestly, random chats like this make me feel so relaxed.
Me too. No need to be right or wrong, no need to solve some global issue, just simply sharing the silly thoughts that pop up in our heads and laughing together.
Maybe that's the best part of friendship. Having someone willing to listen to your nonsense and then adding some even sillier remarks of their own.
That person is you.
And you too. We're even.
Look, we've been sitting and talking here for quite a while.
Yeah, from the stress of exams and studying to cats ruling the world, a highly logical flow of thoughts.
Well, I think it's time to head home.
Probably. Let's meet here again next week.
Definitely. Next week we'll have another dozen stories to chat about.
And another 100 meaningless questions.
But it's fun. Let's go.
Goodbye, Emna.
Goodbye, Alex. And remember this.
What's that?
If one day cats really do rule the world,
Then what?
remember to side with them immediately.
Don't worry, that's been my top battle plan for a long time.